Mikel Arteta said that he always knew that you would become a coach. So was Pep Guardiola is usually said to have been the biggest influence, but what about Arteta? Has he been an influence for you?
Can I answer this in English? Is that okay? Yeah, I mean, obviously for me, it was obviously easy to see that he would become a coach because he was the assistant, and it felt like this was a natural progression for him. I think it's normal. I had the same when I think we played against Enzo Maresca recently as well, and obviously because Pep is such a dominant figure, it's normal that he takes these huge plays as the person who probably inspired a lot of people to become a coach. But then for me, the thing is, if you look at the evolution of Mikel's team and what they do and how they do it, you can't forget that he's got a very rich history with other coaches as well and at other clubs. And what you see in his game is just incredible physicality of the team, attention to detail to every phase. Of course, the set pieces, everybody knows it, but it's a team that has very, very few weaknesses in any phase of play. And that's something that is also Mikel's character in his attention to detail. And yeah, of course, there's no doubt that Pep has played an incredible role in many people's careers and mine as well. Forever grateful. But both teams are quite different as well. And that's what makes this game as well quite special tomorrow.
Nächster Julian Wolf für die Welt, bitte.
Can I just follow up on what you were saying about Mikel Arteta? When you were being coached by him at City, did you detect something special about him? And is any part of you surprised at the level that he's now reached with Arsenal?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Mikel played a big role as part of the supporting staff for everything I'm saying now. By the way, I've said it already before when I came here with Burnley. It was just less of you guys in here, but I've said it before. But he's now he was a big part of the supporting staff, and you could see his activity around the place. Obviously Pep was the architect, but behind him he had people that were just constantly giving him feedback and sort of challenging him, and he was definitely that person. So I think when he left, no one was necessarily surprised that he would become the manager he can become, and I have to say I'm really impressed by this Arsenal team. I think operationally, if you look at sort of how they are set up in every phase. And for us coaches, there's one thing, which is, of course, winning trophies. But then there's another thing. You just look at how a team is being coached. And if you look at how they are set up in every phase, they are the benchmark for many, many things. When they defend the box, there's not many teams in the world who do better than them. When they take set pieces, throw-ins, defend set pieces, defend throw-ins, when they take kickoffs, defend kickoffs, there's not many teams who are set up better. And they're a team, of course, with players who can also create. So it's a very strong outfit. They've been together for 6 years. In terms of Mikel being here, and you can see that. But I love every bit of the challenge because we come in a really good phase as well, and I think both teams have done what they needed to do to this point to kind of see the light. The team that wins this game makes a big step towards being qualified for the next round. Through the direct qualification with the first 8 places.
Good evening, Vincent, Daniel from Bench Views. Apologies in advance because this is another question about Pep and Mikel, but I do want to ask, you did say that there is differences between your Bayern side and Mikel's Arsenal side. Is there any similarities that you see that tactically? Yeah,
I think, do you know what? It's because, and it doesn't actually bother me at all because I want to give credit where it's due, But I try to be a logical mind because I get these questions. Obviously, when I played against Alonso 5 times last year, I get that question. When I played against Enzo Maresca this year, I get that question. When I play against Mikel, I get that question, which is, I like it because I actually don't want to talk down the role that this man Pep has had for me. You know, the only thing is, if you all analyze the 4 teams I've just mentioned and how different they are from one another and how they operate, actually that's for you guys then to reflect on it and say, well, why is that? So, you know, play against Alonso, and actually we're very different. Tomorrow's game, if you look at both teams and how we behave in many, many phases, we're very different. We have things in common, but we're very different. And the same with Chelsea, and the same with... And that's for me interesting, sort of like, to sort of look at, actually, yes, but look at the differences and why is that? It's for you to figure out. Yeah.
Hi, Vincent. Back to those long balls and stop-start tactics. I mean, in your time at Manchester City, when you were the champion, we only had Stoke City and Tony Pulis, right? So how disruptive is it when an opponent, takes so long to throw the ball in from a throw-in or to set up a dead ball situation? Harry said you didn't train any specifics, to counter the threat from Arsenal, from set pieces and such. But how disruptive is it? Because you're a pressing team, and you are not changing the way you're playing. I mean, is it a phase with these long throws?
Yeah. Sorry, did you say we didn't train?
He said you didn't pay special attention to their way. Harry Kane, just now.
Right.
Oh, maybe he wasn't telling the truth. I don't know.
Good smoke screen there. No, I mean there is a part of it as well, which and I'm sure it's the same for Arsenal. You get to those big stages, and it doesn't matter whether I was a player for in my playing career. It's the same when you play for the big teams. You'll analyze the opposition, you recognize their strengths, but then you also have an incredible amount of belief in your own strengths. So it's totally true that there's so much to take into consideration when you play against a team like Arsenal, and the momentum of the game, the set plays and everything else. It's only a fraction, but it's a part of the game that you have to take care of. But they have to do the same. We want to have a good day tomorrow, and if we have a good day tomorrow, we're capable of showing things as well ourselves. So take full acknowledgement of what makes them special at the moment, and then I never forget at the end of it to acknowledge what's made us special so far, and to make sure that that's a part of tomorrow's game if we can,